Good day, grade 8. We are back with another video for lesson 5, which is the measures of central tendency for ungrouped data. So before we start, let us have our objectives. So after this lesson, you are expected to illustrate the measures of central tendency such as the mean, median, and mode of a statistical data. Also, you are expected to calculate the measures of central tendency of ungrouped data. Okay, so before we proceed with the different measures of central tendency, let us first define the measures of central tendency. Okay, so measures of central tendency, a central measure or a measure of central tendency simply means an average. This value can represent all the other values of the given data and is the most typical value, which is somewhere near the center of the distribution. Okay, so for the measures of central tendency, ito ay isang single value lamang na pwedeng mag-describe sa buong dataset. Okay? And when we say the measures of central tendency, we are actually pertaining to three different kinds, namely the mean, median, and mode. So for the mean, median, and mode, they all have different concepts. However, nag-iiba-iba sila depende kung kailan sila gagamitin. Okay. So let's proceed with the first one, which is the mean. Mean is also known as the arithmetic average. So ang mean and median, ang mean and average are the same lang. This is the most commonly used average and the most efficient measure of central tendency. Again, tandaan nyo, siya ang most commonly used. The reason why is because it is also considered as the most reliable measure of central tendency. And mamaya, maintindihan natin bakit nga ba siya tinutukoy or pwedeng i-infer as the most reliable measure of central tendency. Mean for ungrouped data can be determined by the summation, which is denoted by the sigma symbol. Okay. So the sigma symbol is here. Of all values of x. Okay. So ang x naman dito is yung scores sa dataset divided by the total number of observations, which is n. Ang n naman ay yung total number of scores sa isang dataset. So simply, we can use this formula. X bar equals the summation of x all over n. However, I have incorporated here a copy of a picture from your module kung saan pinaghiwalay ko ang formula for the sample mean and the population mean. Kung mapapansin nyo, halos parehas lang din naman yung operations na meron sa kanila. It's just that they vary sa kanilang mga variables na ginamit. Kasi, always remember that sample is just a subset of a population, right? So, kapag kinuha natin yung sample size, we will use the lowercase letter n. However, if we are pertaining to population size, that is represented by uppercase letter n. And for the sample mean, siya ay represented by x bar and then mu naman kapag population mean. Okay, so tandaan ninyo lagi na kapag kayo ay nagsosolve ng isang problem under mean, hanapin ninyo if that is pertaining to population mean or sample mean. So unless otherwise stated, kapag walang ibinigay doon kung population or sample siya, we are pertaining to a sample mean. Okay? Let us be clear with that. Again, kapag hindi nakalagay sa isang problem kung siya ay population or sample, ibig sabihin, yun ay sample mean. So, kapag naman population mean, nakalagay siya, indicated siya. Okay? Now, let us proceed with the examples. Under Example 1.1, find the mean of the scores of 7 students in a mathematics quiz. The scores are 19, 25, 20, 18, 10, 17, and 16. Okay? So, from the problem itself, given na dyan ang isang value na kailangan natin for the formula. Right? Kasi sabi dito, 7 students, therefore, kung 7 estudyante, 7 din yung scores na makukuha natin. And that 7 pertains to the total number of observations, which is represented by letter N. Okay? So, kagaya niyan, hindi naman nakalagay na population size ang ating hinahanap. Ibig sabihin, automatic sample size ang ating gagamitin. Okay, so let us follow the formula. X bar is equal to the summation of all x's all over n. Okay, so for the summation of all x's, let us add 19 plus 25 plus 20 plus 18 plus 10 plus 17 plus 16. Okay? All over, kunin natin total sum yan, all over the value of n, which is 7. So simply, when we add this, okay, you are permitted to use your scientific calculator in adding such values. Okay. Pag pinindot natin siya, it will come up with 125 all over 7. Okay? So simply, therefore, the mean of the scores of 7 students in a mathematics quiz is 17.86. Next, example 1.2. So below are the daily wages in pesos of 12 men. Find the mean salary. Okay, binigay na dito yung total number of observations, right? Kasi 12 men daw yan. Simply, 12 salaries ang ating isosolve. Okay, again, you are permitted to use your calculator in solving the summation of all the salaries. So, we have x bar is equal to the summation of all x's all over n. Masyado nang mahaba ito kapag sinulat ko pa isa-isa. So, I want you to use your resources. Type this in your calculator. You add these 12 salaries and you'll get 3,140. Then all over the value of n, which is 12. So simply, this is equivalent to 261.666. So let us round it off to the nearest hundred. So this will become 261.67. Okay. So therefore, the average salary of 12 men based on their daily wage is 261.67. Now, I want you to try this problem flashed on your screen. Okay? So, please read and answer it carefully. And you can pause this video for a while and answer this. And then after that, you can resume it. And let's see if you will have this correct answer. Okay, so, to get the mean of the certain or the ages of sales agent in a certain company, we just have to add those ages and divide it by the total number of observations. So simply, the mean is 30.7 years old. So one kind of mean is noted as weighted mean. Kaya siya sinabi na weighted mean is because there are times when each observation in a given set of data or distribution is associated with a certain weight or amount of importance. Okay? So ginagamit to more often sa mga rubrics, kung ilang porsyento ang isang criteria, tapos may score ka. Okay? So, ginagamitan siya ng weighted mean. At paano siya ginagamit? Okay. So, for the weighted mean, this is the formula. Okay. So, for the weighted mean, this is equivalent to the summation of W sub I times X sub I, where I runs from 1 to N, all over the summation of W sub I, where I runs from 1 to N. Okay, simply, where X sub I represent the values of observation and W sub I represent the weights associated to X. Okay, so simply ganito siya. Mas madali siyang maintindihan kung ganito ang gagawin natin. Ilagay natin ang mga examples sa table. Okay, so let us have this example. Example 1.3. Find the mean grade of a college student in 5 subjects she has taken. Okay, so as we can see, meron siyang grade na ibinigay dito. 5 grades since meron siyang 5 subjects. However, bawat subject ay may iba-ibang bigat or corresponding credit. Okay, so for us to get it, let us use the formula. We have the weighted mean, X, is equivalent to W sub I, or the summation of W sub I, X sub I, all over the summation of W sub I. Okay? Now, for us to get the summation of W sub I, X sub I, okay, so X will be the grade. Okay? And then the credit is the W. Okay? Ito yung weight na nakapatong sa bawat value ng X. Okay, so for us to get the summation of W sub I, X sub I, kunin natin ang sum ng X and W. Okay, so we have 87 times 3. we have 261, okay, 161, and then 88 times 3. So, I hope you are using your calculators too in solving this para mas masanay kayo. So, this is equivalent to 264. Next, 95 times 5, that is 475. And 89 times 3, we have 267. And 86 times 3, that's 258. Okay? Now, meron ka ng values ng x, w. Now, ang kailangan mo kasing hanapin is the summation of the product of all the values of x and w. So, therefore, kuhanin nyo ang summation nito or yung total. Okay? So, for us to get the summation of w sub I, x sub I, we just have to add 261 plus 264 plus 475 plus 267 plus 258. So we will have a summation of summation of 1,525. Okay? So dito isusulat na natin na siya ay 1,525. However, for us to get the value of the summation of w sub I or simply the summation of w, i-add lang natin tong weight na nakaatang sa bawat values ng x. So, we have 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Okay? So, we have 17. Okay, so, we have 17 here. So, yung summation ng w. Okay? So, that is 17. So, lagyan natin dito 17. Okay? So, let us get the ratio of 1,525 and 17. So, simply, that is 89.71. So, round off natin just the nearest hundreds. Okay, so for the interpretation, therefore, the mean grade of college student in her 5 subjects is 89.71. Now, let us remember that mean is the most reliable measure of central tendency. Bakit? Kasi kung babalikan ninyo kung paano natin sinosolve ang mean ng isang dataset, lahat ng values ay kinoconsider, right? Kasi ina-add natin ang bawat isang value sa dataset para makuha natin yung mean. That's why it is considered as the most reliable measure of central tendency. Kaya lang, may pagkakataon na hindi siya dapat gamitin. Kailan yon? It must not be used when there are outliers. What are outliers? Outliers are actually, so ito yung outliers na tinutukoy ko, ano? Okay, so outliers are actually extreme values na tinatawag. Ito yung mga, kumbaga ay, scores na sobrang layo, isa o dalawang score na sobrang layo sa, yung difference niya sa other scores. Okay, so kinoconsider siya as extreme values. Minsan, kapag ka siya ay, for example, yung scores ay nakatumpok lang dito, ang outliers na tinutukoy natin ay maaaring nandito, masyadong mataas yung score, or nandito, masyadong maliit ang score. So, kapag kinuha natin yung mean yan, for example, kinuha natin ang mean nitong mga scores na to, probably the score will be affected by this one value of our outliers. Kung mean ang hahanapin natin, right? So, may mga pagkakataon na hindi applicable gamitin si mean. At anong gagamitin natin in replacement of mean? So, dyan natin ipapasok si median. Okay. So, median is the middle value or the arithmetic mean of the two middle values in a set of data arranged in an ascending order of magnitude. I want you to highlight this part or underscore this part. Siya ay dapat laging nasa ascending order. Okay? When we say ascending, that is from least to greatest, pataas. Okay? Unlike the arithmetic mean, the median is not affected by extremely large or extremely small data values. Bakit kaya? Okay? So, for the median for ungrouped data, again, I have incorporated a picture from your module. To find the median of group data, step 1, we have to arrange the data according to magnitude. So, itong tinutukoy na dito ay ascending order. Okay? we are pertaining to an ascending order, and then get the value of the term in the middle. Kasi sabi nga, ang median is the middle value or the middlemost. Okay? Ito ay middlemost. Okay. Magkaiba ang formula na ginagamit kapag ka ang number of observations ay odd at kapag naman ang number of observations ay even. Okay? So, kapag ka odd ang number of items, the median is the middle term, the most middle term. Ang kailangan nyo lang is isulat siya in ascending order. Now, if the values or the total number of observations is even, we just have to get the arithmetic mean of the two central items. Okay? So, gamitin natin siya sa isang example. Example 2.1. Consider this set of data as the number of blood specimens studied by 5 medical technicians and find the median. Okay. So, binigyan tayo ng 5 scores dito. Ang unang step na gagawin natin is to rearrange it in ascending order. Okay. So, ascending means pataas. So, hanapin natin pinakamababa. So, that is 6. Sunod ay 9, and then we have 10, and then that's 14, and then we have 16. Okay? So, sinulat na natin siya in ascending order. Now, sa second step, ang gagamitin nating formula is kung siya ay even number or ang total number of observations niya ay even, ibig sabihin, we just have to get the arithmetic mean of the two middle numbers. However, kapag naman siya ay odd, kagaya nito, hanapin nyo lang yung middlemost number. Okay? So, para makuha natin yung middlemost number, pwedeng mag-cancel kayo. Kung magka-cancel ka dito ng dalawa, cancel ka din dito ng dalawa. Now, matitira yung nasa gitna. So, this is considered as the most middle score. Therefore, the median is 10. Okay? As simple as that. Therefore, the median of the data set is the third observation, which is 10. Now, I want you to try this. I want you to find the median score of the following data below. Okay, so we have 12, 18, 20, 16, 11, 6, and 12. Okay. You can pause this video for a while and solve for the median, and then resume nyo ulit kapag tapos na kayo. So, finding the median score, I hope that you have arranged it first sa ascending order. So, pataas yung scores natin, and then I want you to find the middlemost number or the median. Therefore, the median score is 12. Okay. Next, example 2.2. Record from a medical clinic showing the number of glasses of water drank daily by 6 patients. So, hanapin naman natin ulit ang median dito. So, ang first step is to rewrite it sa ascending order. Again, ang pinakamaliit ay 6 siya mauna, and then next is 8, and then we have 9, then we have 12, and then we have 13, and then we have 18. Okay? So, I have written the scores in ascending order. Now, kapag add, you find the middlemost number. Kapag siya ay even number ang observations, ibig sabihin, you just have to get the arithmetic mean of the two middlemost numbers. So, cancelin natin itong dalawa para makapag-cancel tayo dun sa dulo. Tinatagtag natin ha, para matiray na sa gitna. Now, meron dalawang scores dito, since sabi nga natin, kung siya ay even, kagaya nito, ang number of observations is 6, and is 6. Kaya ang mangyayari dyan is, you get the two middlemost numbers, which is 9 and 12, and get their arithmetic mean. Okay, so natutunan natin kung paano humanap ng mean. Add the two. So, yan ay third and fourth scores. So, 9 plus 12, and then divided by the total number of observations, which is 2. Kasi dalawa lang naman hinahanapan mo ng medium. Okay? Then, 9 plus 12, that is 21 all over 2. Simply, this is equivalent to 10.5. Therefore, the median of the dataset is the average of the third and fourth observation, which is 10.5. Now, another example, I want you to try this. Find the median score of the data below. Okay? So, You can pause this video for a while again and then answer this example. So simply, the median score of this data set is 10. Now, let's proceed with the last kind of central tendency or measure of central tendency, and that is the mode. Mode is the most frequent score in our data set. When we say most frequent score, siya yung pinakamadaming beses na nag-a-appear sa isang data set. Mode x hat, so that x hat ay ito ang symbol, for ungrouped data can be determined by arranging the dataset in order and select the value which occurred the most. When you say in order, since walang specify dito, you can use ascending or descending order. Depende sa inyo kung saan kayo nadadalian. Basta siya ay naka-order. Okay? So we have to remember, the mode of ungrouped data can be easily obtained by simple inspection. Okay? So, ang concept kasi ng mode is the most simple. At the same time, yung application nyo ay pinakasimple din. Computation is not necessary. Observation lang ang kailangan natin dito. The value that occurred most frequently is the mode. Okay? If there is only one mode, the distribution is unimodal. If there are two modes, the distribution is bimodal. If there are three or more modes, the distribution is polymodal. And if all observations in a certain distribution occur with the same frequency, then therefore, there is no mode. Okay? So, may mga pagkakataon talaga na walang mode ang isang dataset. Ibig sabihin, ang mga scores doon ay pare-parehas lamang ang frequency. Okay. So, to further understand, let us have some examples. Example 3.1, find the mode of the data below. So, we have 10 scores here and let us rewrite it sa ascending order. Pwedeng descending order din, depende sa inyo, but I will use ascending order. So, let me list this. We have 2, 4, and then we have 5. We have 7, 7, 7, 7. Then, we have 12, and then 15, and 15. Okay? So, pinagtapat ko siya dun sa given para mas mabilis ko siyang mabilang. Okay? So, wala namang nawawala. Now, what is the most frequent score here? Simply, we can infer that, or we can observe that 7 is the most frequent score. Now, baka matanong nyo, ma'am, bakit po ito hindi din magiging mode? Eh, dalawang beses po siya nag-appear. Tandaan, ang mode is pertaining to the most frequent score. Isa lang score ang hinahanap dyan at alin yung pinakamataas or pinakamaraming beses na nag-appear. So, that is 7. Since 15 ay nag-appear lang twice, ang 7 ay 4 na beses. So, therefore, the mode or the modal score is 7. Okay? And if we are to describe the distribution, that is unimodal since the mode is only 1, which is 7. Sa kagaya nga ng sabi ko kanina, kapag dalawa naman yung mode, then that is considered as bimodal. At kapag naman 3 or more, that is polymodal. For example 3.4, I want you to find the mode of the data below. Okay? So we have ilang scores to? We have 10 scores again. And lista natin siya again sa ascending order. Again, hindi po ito required na ascending ha. Dapat lang meron kayong order. It depends on you. So, we have 5 and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay. Now, let us study the data set. Alin ang score na may pinakamaraming beses nag-appear? Okay, so, kung mapapansin nyo, isang beses lang nag-appear lahat ng scores. Therefore, walang most frequent score. Kaya naman, we can interpret that since all the scores in the dataset occurred only once, the mode does not exist. Okay? Hindi nyo pwedeng sabihin that the mode is 0. No. Kasi ibig sabihin, kapag sinabi yung mode is 0, therefore, ang 0 ang pinakamaraming beses na nag-appear sa dataset. Kapag may mga ganitong pagkakataon na wala pong mode, kasi lahat naman sila isang beses lang nag-appear or same number lang yung frequency nila, then therefore, you can write sa inyong sagot na the mode does not exist. Okay? In addition, sa mode in graphs, okay, may mga tanong minsan na kapag ang given lang ay graphs, tatanungin kayo, what is the mode of the graph? In histograms and bar graphs, the tallest bar indicates the most frequent occurred score. Hence, it is the graph's mode. Okay, so para hanapin ang pinakamataas, the tallest bar sa isang histogram or bar graph. So, kagaya ng nasa picture, the mode is the tallest bar. Okay. This ends our lesson for today. So I hope through this video, you were able to further understand the lesson and somehow it answered some of your questions regarding our module. However, kung meron pa rin kayong mga tanong regarding our lesson, you can always address those during our synchronous meetings. Again, I hope that through this video, you were able to think, wonder, and explore mathematics through measures of central tendency for ungrouped data. Thank you very much.